Early Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
No. Y'all, just stop.
This is a sham.
Yes.
Welcome to Oh my God, wait. Okay, welcome to DBL. Before we start, no, let's do this and then we're going to say that. You guys look beautiful today. Let's get to the story because that was hilarious, Erica. That's Elton John's new duet with Britney Spears called Hold Me Closer, which is a mashup of two of Elton's songs, The One and Tiny Dancer, of course. The single is Britney's first new music release since her 2016 album Glory. The album cover also features throwback photos of Elton and Britney as kids. Elton told The Guardian he wanted to help Britney sing again because they share the same struggles of being, quote, broken. Britney tweeted that the single was a big deal to her, adding, quote, I tell myself every day to let go of the hurt and bitterness and to try and forgive myself and others. All right, so now I'm going to tell you why I was laughing in the very beginning, because we were watching a show, me and my wife Jordan, and they played the song, which I didn't think was great. Okay, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. And they played it, and everyone on the panel was clapping, and they went, and I was like, everyone just goes, yas, and they just blow by it. I'm like, why doesn't someone critique it? And they just blew by it, so I was laughing, and you just go, yas, and that's exactly what I just told my wife. It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
I'll critique it.
All right, let's hear it. What did you think?
I love it because, as our Jeray would say, it's, it's something for the children. Okay, this is definitely very targeted. You have a classic that people love, people know all the words to, but you're giving it this upbeat feel. This is a moment for nightclubs. I guarantee you are going to pass nightclubs tonight, and it's going to be blasting, and people are going to be having the time of their lives. So yes, it is a bop.
You set the scene. I could see that.
Yeah.
Let me set another scene.
Okay.
Okay? Take this off. I can't stand it. I hate this song so much. Take it off. Turn it up. Take it down. Here's what I have to say. Tiny Dancer is a soulful song. Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer, Blue Jean Baby. It's a rolling, dusty kind of song. That's what you have, okay? And when you change it to oocha, 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 you are not getting the same feeling of what the words and the lyrics. You might be sleepy, but at least you're not cheesy.
Erica fell asleep. Production left the building.
I'm going. You guys know I will be completely honest.
I appreciate the honesty.
Thank you.
Yes.
I think it stinks.
Okay, yes, I get that you think that because you like the original.
Right.
And that's the difficult thing with music and seeing it come from generation to generation. The generation before it knows it as one thing. So if it's like with Biggie, his first big single was Juicy, but there was a R&B funk group called Entombed that had a song called Juicy that was the exact same song, same beat, same hook, same word. And my dad liked that version, so when he heard the Biggie version, he hated that version because that's what he had grown up with. So I feel like younger generations are gonna hear this. They're gonna be 21, prime of their life, drunk, dancing with somebody cute, and that song is gonna ingrain in their mind like this is a song I like.
Yeah, it introduces to a new generation. Let's keep in mind that, especially when it comes to artistry in general, people are constantly borrowing and sampling, and some of the things that you love were not original. So it's everybody has their own demographic.
Yes, and Elton John in the early days would be ooncha, 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 so it fits him in that way.
And it's also him. Would it be, I feel like I would feel differently about it if another artist had come and done that to the song.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have had the same response, but there's a revitalization and a bigger meaning behind it.
All right, well, on Saturday, on Saturday,
that was the first time she put me to sleep.
I'm going to send you guys a video of me dancing to the song.
Yes.
Having a couple of drinks. Yes. All right, so chances are each of us has a doppelganger, someone who isn't related to you, but they look exactly like you. So a new study looked at 32 groups of people who were photographed for a project about lookalikes and found that 16 groups had DNA scores that were similar to identical twins.
And these guys are not related.
No, that's right. That's a doppelganger. So if you don't know what a doppelganger is, like we said in the beginning, you're not related, just someone that looks a lot like you. They also shared the same personality traits. They were similar in weight and even had the same education levels. The DNA thing is crazy. There are also celebrities who have been mistaken for one another, like Bryce Dallas Howard, who has been mistaken for Jessica Chastain. Some say Katy Perry and Zooey Deschanel look alike. Yes. And Tandy Newton said one time Victoria Beckham mistook her for Zoe Saldana.
I could see that.
Yeah, those are pretty good, pretty good. Erica, do you have a doppelganger?
Well, growing up, people would always tell me that I look like Gabrielle Union.
Yeah.
I don't think that we look alike. I think that if there was a role and I was an actress, we would be in the same casting.
You'd be in the same room for
right.
sure.
But not like we look exactly alike. But it is interesting though, because I am in the middle of her second book, and the reason why I had to stop reading it the first time was because so many of her stories were on the nose, like on the nose from my experience.
Hit that side, look
like her.
Hi.
That's good.
Gabrielle
That's
Union
good.
is my soul sister.
Yeah,
okay.
that is.
So you find a lot of similarities between you two.
Right. Well, from reading the book, it's
all right.
Yeah.
Al, how about you?
I didn't know his name, but Tori told me what's his name.
Dulé Hill.
Right. I knew him from Psych, but I guess he was on The West Wing too.
I love.
Yeah.
Isn't that good?
But it's like I should have picked somebody worse looking. Which time, but
No, two handsome men right there.
That's
How about
exactly
you,
right.
Tori?
I don't know. I get this a lot. I don't see it. Anna Chomsky.
From Veep. Yeah, I could see that.
That's not bad.
Look straight into the camera.
Okay.
Why don't you like it? What's wrong?
I don't know. In My Girl, remember she's in My Girl, and the bees, they kill the bees, and he's like, he can't see without his glasses.
No, I cried.
Oh my God! Just I wept. So there's a sense of.
Oh, so that's why?
Yeah.
I see that.
Do you feel me? It's
I
like
kind of got emotional right now.
his glasses. He can't see without his glasses.
Oh, man.
That's a young Macaulay Culkin
Yeah,
too.
what?
Jeff,
I don't know
what
what's
about
happening. I think my wife's pregnant because I cried out loud. I'm not even joking.
Wait, what about you?
So I didn't bring one in, okay? I had another one, but an audience member they wrote in yesterday, I didn't even see it, and said I looked like somebody. So this is a surprise to me as well.
Oh.
Bill Lambier? Bill Lambier.
A young 89.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Good. That's pretty dead on.
And he's kind of a jerk in Me Too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We kind of have similarities.
Like that,
yeah. Hey, you should see me outside of work. I'm dropping elbows on Scottie Pippen. I can't believe I just said that. The Bulls are my team. They dominated Detroit. Get out of here. All right, coming up on DBL, our interview with TV icon Kathy Lee Gifford. She's talking about becoming a grandma and what it was like working with Regis for so many years. And a shocking surprise at the Real Housewives of Dubai reunion. Erica's breaking it all down for us next.
Closed captioning provided by.
I think it is one of those stories we're all going to be like, what? So raised you.
Why am I right all the time?
Am I going crazy?
Welcome to another week of Jeff's Mustache.
Amazing.
Can I show it on YouTube?
Yeah, okay, so there's a guy that looks a lot like, or Jeff looks a lot like this other guy.
Gary Cooper.
Gary Cooper! He looks just like him in this picture.
That was best that we could clear. He had a cigarette in his mouth. Yeah, we can't
He
show
looks
that.
just like Jeff.
Could you show it on YouTube?
Or can you?
Yeah, so look at it. Oh, you can't show the cigarette?
Yeah, you're not allowed.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Can we blur it out?
Not to.
Oh, it's from 1930.
We just choose everyone with smoking. We choose not to in daytime.
What's your favorite Macaulay Culkin film?
Ooh.
Did you?
Good Son.
Oh, with Elijah Wood.
Yeah, I liked him. He was, I don't know if you guys remember, Macaulay Culkin, he played like a dark role in The Good Son, which I did.
And Elijah Wood played the bad one or the good one? He played the good one.
I think he's the good one.
And someone pushed someone out of a treehouse.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yes.
I really liked.
Do you remember that movie, The Crush? This is random. Do you remember The Crush about like a crazy young woman that like left on this married guy?
Alicia Silverstone in it.
It was her.
I don't remember this at
It
all.
was. He like, she was like renting their guest house or something, but she was like a little, what do you call it?
Lolita. Light of my life, fire of my loins, my sin, my soul.
Do you remember,
Lolita.
Chris, do you remember The Crush,
tip of
the movie with Alicia Silverstone? Yeah.
Do you remember the Aerosmith
music video with Alicia Silverstone and his daughter.
Ryan.
And I was like, that's weird that that's his daughter.
Because I'm crying.
And they were in these short skirts. Because I'm crying.
Really?
Yeah.
That was before that movie?
Yeah.
Armageddon?
And you know what they said in Clueless? I want the girl that played that thing in the music video of Crying. And they go, yeah, that's the girl we want for Clueless. And
That's a good song.
Was taken out to Emma by Dino.
That's a good song. It's a great song. Aerosmith had a bit of a renaissance.
Wait, are we in this?
I'm a fan of Clueless.
Oh, Erica,
No.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Fans are waiting for Ashanti to clap back. Get ready for an epic housewife reunion, and guess who changed their mind about possibly joining a housewife cast? In this week's What Erica's Watching. Now first, someone posted a clip from the new BET Murder, Inc. docuseries where record executive and producer Irv Gotti literally brags about grabbing Ashanti's butt back in the day. Right before he stole a kiss.
So one day, I was like, yo, I'll take you home. She said, bet, cool. I walk her to a front door of her crib. She turns to say goodbye. And I just kiss her and grab her.
Now, this bold move sparked tweets about toxic masculinity, professionalism, and consent. Plus, rumors that this alleged affair ended his first marriage. Well, Ashanti's keeping it classy and quiet, as she does. But ooh, baby, I'm not. Kissing and telling is for the birds, Gotti. Got it? Now next, the trailer for The Real Housewives of Dubai is out and is leaving Bravo-holics like myself thirsting for more. Now, spoiler alert, the housewives are also in for a surprise. Take a look.
There was a pact to get rid of me.
That is not true.
Yes, it was, because I was a part of it.
Okay, oh boy, we have the Book of Lies. Wow, this is...
You're obsessed with me. You wish you looked like this.
These queens aren't holding back, and I have receipts to prove it. And finally, Kimora Lee Simmons continues to be on Bravo's radar with offers to consider being a housewife. Now, the baby fat mogul and model is finally open to joining her friends in the Beverly Hills cast, or maybe even New York, where she also lives. However, Kimora's clueless because she doesn't want to get caught up in all the housewife drama.
I don't watch TV. Are they mean to each other? Are they rude to each other? Because the clips I've seen or the things I've heard, they're kind of fighting.
Now, Kimora, it's impossible to be a drama-free housewife. However, you could be the first bi-coastal housewife to throw shade and fly away. Now, share with me anything that catches your eye by using the hashtag DBL Erica Watch. We'll be right back.
Attention military.
Do children have the same rights as adults when questioned by school resource officers? Our sources for the answer are child interrogation laws in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, and school resource officer Andy Smothers of the Frederick County, Maryland Sheriff's Office.
I tell you what, I love being inside the school, being with the kids.
We followed Officer Smothers for a day on patrol at Middletown, Maryland's middle and high schools. He explains what powers he has to detain students.
I mean, we don't cuff them. That's the last thing. That's the last thing we ever want to do is to cuff a kid, you know. But there's situations where we have to. Other than that, you know, they're afforded the same laws as everybody else.
But with the passage of Maryland's Child Interrogation Protection Act this year, students have additional protections starting the 2022-2023 school year.
The student is afforded an attorney. So, you know, before we even conduct our interview, we have to let them contact their lawyers and their parents. Another thing is the age limits changed from 7 to 12, you know, for arrest. So that went up.
Virginia law also forbids police officers interrogating anyone younger than 18 without parental consent. However, a D.C. Council bill, the Youth Amendment Act of 2021, failed to pass committee. That means police officers in and out of schools can question children without telling parents or lawyers. D.C. Police Chief Robert Conti testified against the bill, claiming it would be an obstacle to officers investigating the recent spike in carjackings.
So we can verify that, yes, children have the same rights when questioned by school resource or any other police officers, except if they live in the District of Columbia. With your Verify, I'm Nathan Baca.
Welcome back to DBL. She's an Emmy and Tony-nominated actress who struck television gold not once, but twice. She is also a woman of great faith who is bringing her vision to the big screen. Earlier, we spoke with the iconic Kathie Lee Gifford. Take a look.
I wanted to do this before we get to your new powerful book and movie. I have to wish you a happy belated birthday, Mazel. You're a Leo, but you famously...
she doesn't like
birthdays. And I want to know why.
Why I don't like birthdays?
Yeah.
Every day's a birthday. Every day's a day you're still alive from the day of your birth.
That's a good answer.
And so, yeah, and I think when we single things out, our expectations get so large that you're always disappointed. And I know and unfortunately, because of ageism in our world, a person's age tends to stigmatize them.
Yeah.
And I just turned chronologically 69 years old, but I feel like I'm 35.
Amen.
And so I don't want to be reminded of something that doesn't mean anything to me.
I love that.
I'm as old as I look, feel, and experience life. So I don't like anything that takes my eyes off what is true.
Very good.
Yeah,
what do you think, as a follow-up,
so
what's the biggest misconception about aging?
It's that we let other people define what it means. Now, I've met some 30-year-olds that are older than I am.
Yeah.
You know, in the way they act, in the way they view the world and everything else, and their attitudes and their negativity. I'm the most, it's one more thing that we let the world define about us. And I reject all of it.
Kathie Lee, congratulations are also in order because you became a grandmother this summer.
Now we're talking.
Or, yeah, that's right. Or you like to be called Bubby. Not Bubby. Ooh, I almost said something else.
No, it's not Bubby. You obviously are not Jewish people.
Yeah,
this comes from a Yiddish word. Can you all say amongst yourselves, bubula?
Could you get a two-shot over here? I need help.
Bubula.
Bubula?
Not boob. These are boobs, okay? Different. I'm not the one nursing right now. I'm the grandmother. Thank God.
All right. I'm going to get off that. What are your duties as grandmother right now? Spoiling?
No, I don't believe in spoiling children. I believe in just loving them to pieces. But no, my children turned out the way they did because I did not spoil them. And they grew up in a very more privileged society than I was born into or my husband was. I was poor and Frank was poverty stricken.
Wow.
And we just worked our rear ends off our whole lives. And we tried to live our lives according to God's plan for us. And his, people talk about God's commandments. They aren't commandments. They were blessings. The commandments were how do you want a joyful life? Do you want blessing in your life? Do you want God's favor to follow you? Follow this. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love God with all your heart. Don't lust after your neighbor's wife. Share. Those are not commandments. That's like the greatest suggestions in the world to have a good life, a blessed life.
It's beautiful. Wow.
That's very inspiring.
I know. I just love how authentic you are. Like from her faith to grabbing her bubbies.
Yeah. Bubbies.
Boobies. These are boobies. I'm booby. Booby is a Yiddish word for beloved one. He's my bubula, and I'm his booby.
Yes, you are.
It's
yes,
so
you.
hard to teach people certain things.
Okay, so Kathie Lee, you worked with Regis for 15 years. I don't think I ever missed an episode. And then you jumped over, started working with Hoda for 11 years. Tell us, is there a secret to your chemistry on air? How do everything you touch turns to gold? Come on, give us some tips.
You didn't see my Broadway show. The thing that's the same with Regis as it was with Hoda, first of all, I was blessed to work with two people that I could never have worked that long with either one if I hadn't adored them.
Right.
Just, I think affection, genuine affection and respect between people is so important. First of all, that's what an audience really sees. And I could roast Regis and I could tease him, and the same thing with Hoda. But everybody would know they loved each other. That was that, and we did. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't miss Regis, who passed recently, and I adored him. But the one thing we always had, and it was, what's the secret to your success? I said it's a 3-letter word: fun.
That's
We
it.
have fun. We have fun, and fun is contagious.
The Bible comes to life with music and narration in ways you've never experienced before.
Now, this is your second time directing a faith-based film. I don't know if our viewers know that. Now, this is your first, though, full-length film. Where did the idea, exactly, congratulations, but where did the idea for this film come from?
Well, it came from the first film, actually. It was supposed to be a 3-minute basic song that I wrote with a brilliant artist named Nicole C. Mullen, under what we call the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. She had to go to Nigeria for ministry. I stayed back in Connecticut and finished the song. It went from a 3-minute song about Hagar in the Old Testament to an 11.5-minute. I didn't know what it was, except for my work in Broadway made me feel like this is a piece of theater. I don't quite know what this is, but let's get back and let's get in the studio and let's demo it. So we did. And I said to Nicole, tell me a little bit about each character as we go along, Nicole. You know the Bible very well. Tell me about Hagar. Tell me about Ruth. She says, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. I said, oh, yes, you can do that. You just haven't done it before. And it was so glorious that I said, I'm putting this to music. And I added the National Symphony Orchestra to it.
Oh, my
65 pieces. Then I said, this is so glorious. We're going to Israel. And I'm going to direct for the first time in my life because I'm tired of giving my babies to other people and not having my vision come true. I've earned the right now to direct everything first of all, that I pay for. Hello. And I mean, unless Spielberg comes along and wants to do the next one, I'm going to keep doing this.
You are a gift. We hope you can join us on the panel. We really do.
Yes,
that would be a dream. Do not miss Kathy Lee's one-night-only theatrical release of The Way on September 1st. You can go to fathomevents.com for tickets. You can also get the companion book, The God of the Way, a journey into the stories, people, and faith that changed the world forever. It's out on August 30th. Thank you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The Great Resignation prompted many people to look for a new job, but the Federal Trade Commission warns potential workers are at risk of becoming a victim of a fake job posting. The FTC estimates the scams have cost Americans nearly $164 million this year alone. So we used these sources to show you 4 things to check to avoid an employment scam. The 4 things are source, content, pay, and requests featured in a job offer. To help you understand what these emails look like, we created a fake job posting based on what our sources say you should look for. First, check the source of the email. Is it from an official company email address or a generic account, like Gmail or Yahoo? You'll notice the source of the job offer didn't spell verify correctly. It's missing the E. Scammers hope you'll miss small errors like this. The email also isn't from a specific person, just a generic HR manager. Second, the content. Did the sender spell everything correctly and use the proper name of the company? Perspective is misspelled, and they call verify the verified team. The email also doesn't say what the job is for. Third, the pay. Is it consistent with what you'd expect? Scammers often promise easy money for little work, an unusually high salary, or offer to hire you without even doing an interview. It's unrealistic to think a company will contact you unsolicited and offer to pay you $1,000 weekly for doing a few hours of work without even interviewing you. Fourth, the request. The sender wastes no time asking for sensitive data like your banking information. That could put you at risk of identity theft. A real employer would wait until you've been hired before collecting this. A great way to confirm whether a job is real is to go to the company's website. Not every job scam is as easy to spot, but checking the source, content, pay, and request is a great place to start. The FTC notes sometimes scammers will work to lure you in, slowly obtaining more and more information from you. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis. Verify here with your Fast Fact. President Joe Biden released his plan to forgive between $10,000 and $20,000 in student loans for eligible Americans. The announcement prompted several people on social media to ask if it also applies to current students who are accruing debt now. So let's verify. These are our sources. Things work a little differently for current students because they're still accumulating debt, but the qualifications boil down to two main factors: when the loan was taken out and their income, or the parent's income. First, the date. The new plan applies only to federal loans that were issued before July 2022, regardless of whether you're a current or former student. Second, the program is only for those who earn less than $125,000 a year, or $250,000 if they're married. For students who are still considered dependents, the government will look at their parents' income to qualify. So, yes, current students with loans from before July also benefit from the loan forgiveness program. With your Fast Fact, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. Thanks to smartphones, our posture probably isn't the best. Luckily, there are some easy at-home exercises you can start today to improve yours. It's time for some joint and muscle support brought to you by Omega XL. You can start with some shoulder shrugs to relax and loosen up your neck muscles. Feels good. Then try some spine extending exercises. Lie face down on a mat, keeping your arms at your side, and slowly lift your head and chest off the floor. I do these every morning, and especially this one. Why not extend your exercise with some yoga? Start by arching your back, then move the opposite way and round your back to the ceiling. This is called cat-cow pose. Hold each position for a second or two and then repeat. Omega XL has improved the lives of millions of consumers, supported by 30 years of clinical research. Omega XL's powerful and proven benefits have transformed the lives of athletes, celebrities, and dedicated daily users. Call 1-800-686-5325 or visit OmegaXL.com for more information. Now, before we go, Richard Simmons is speaking out. We talked about him earlier this week. Richard posted a message on his Facebook page after the TMZ documentary aired this week and looked at why he disappeared from the public life and no one has heard from him. But now he's speaking out. On Facebook, Richard wrote, quote, "Thank you everyone for your kindness and love. Love, Richard." So he's alive and well. He didn't say if he liked the documentary or not, but I'm glad he spoke out and we're hearing from him.
He's sticking to what he wanted to do, is just stay to himself. And
exactly.
That's the decision too. It's just
and respect his privacy. And Tori, you got something to say?
Yeah, dogs are not our whole life, but they make our lives whole. It's National Dog Day, everyone. So in honor of all of our furry friends, check out all the dogs that keep our show staff happy
Still got credits, so
and
yeah.
smiling. DBL is new every day. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place.